Hello everybody, welcome to Banter Blitz. My name is Jan Gustafsson. I am a chess grandmaster, and in this little program, in its 207th episode, I shall play Blitz against Chess24 premium users while we talk about the game of chess and everything else that is happening in the world. I don't know what is happening in the world. First of all, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. That was shocking. It's been a while back, but yeah, it's one of those things where you see it on your phone and you just can't believe it. I'm a giant basketball fan and I've followed the NBA. For German standards, it's tough because the games are at 3 a.m., but very, very intensively for like 15 years maybe. So I feel like Kobe was there my entire adult life, and I feel like such an invincible guy. That was so strange. Yeah, nothing wise to say about it. It's just shocking. Makes you, I don't know, appreciate how things can go. Yeah, wise words. I haven't really thought about it, but yeah, I was shocked by that. Other than that, yeah, we did the Vike an See show with Peter Svidler. I think it went quite okay. Was a bit of the usual, since Peter is so good at chess that I start struggling a little bit, or I'm struggling all the time to keep up chess-wise, but that, yeah. I have to find my role in that. I have to allow the people to enjoy the chess while still contributing something other than clicking around a little in the tool without being too distracting and annoying. I think it went okay, but you never know. Anyway, let's play some chess. I got a bit of a cold, which I guess it's normal in January, February in good old Hamburg, Germany, but it always does bother me. What do we have? Warm up with Mr. Halbwissen. Halbwissen is German for half knowledge. It is still probably my favorite German rap album of all time. Gefährliches Halbwissen by 1-2. And I'm still incredibly upset that it's not on Spotify or anywhere where I could purchase it. I know it's on YouTube, but it's annoying to listen to stuff on YouTube because you know how it is. You can't do other stuff on your phone. So, gefährliches Halbwissen. Let's get out there. I'm hearing sound is not so good today. What's wrong with the sound? Do we have problems? I know that's not good English. I can still react to your sound complaints. But please, give me more detail. Too loud? Not loud enough? Only a one ear? Echo? It's not Peter Svidler's voice? Which one is it? What is this line? C5 looked a little overzealous, one of my favorite words, which I'm overusing quite a bit. I'm assuming E4 is okay here. But also E3, knight C6, generally you want to wait until his bishop moves, and after bishop E7 we take on C5 so that it has to use 2 moves to get there. And here I could speed things up with bishop F6, queen F6, knight T5, which probably works. Queen B2, knight C7, king E7, knight takes A8, bishop B4 check. Not that simple, so I shall try to keep it simple. Bishop E2, get the pieces out, and it's not trivial for black to play these positions. Sounds kind of tinny. Maybe that's my voice. As I warned you guys, I have a bit of a cold, which makes my voice deeper. I would say sexier, but that is for everyone listening to decide. Sound is slightly distorted. What does that mean? Panic. Let me click in the audio settings. What's wrong now? Default speakers. Copy left to right. I can choose this. Is this better or worse? Probably it's the same. But yeah, let's blame it on my deep voice. As for the position, yeah, he does have this isolated pawn, which I can try to win directly, or I can take my time. I'm being asked, where is Svidler? Svidler is back home in St. Petersburg. Or I'm assuming he's back home in St. Petersburg. I don't actually know. But yeah, he left Hamburg, cold Hamburg, after the Vike and Zay show was over. This is my little solo show. It's called Banter Blitz with Jan Gustafsson. We, of course, would be delighted if we can get a Banter Blitz with Peter Svidler. But this is just me and my very deep voice. Alright, I have 51 seconds left. That means I should start making more chess moves, because I don't like losing the first game, or any game really, but especially the first one, because it puts me in a bad mood for the rest of the show, and then we all lose. Not just me, that first game, but also you, the tens of viewers watching this, because you don't get to see me sparking joy, which of course I will do, should I win this game. Halbwissen playing better than his rating. Not gonna claim he's playing great, he's done some strange things, but you never know with these guys around 1500, because that's the starting rating at chess24.com. Are they big champions of chess, or are they properly rated at 1500? "36 seconds. Panic. Breathe in, breathe out. Do you guys have this Breathe app on one of the devices you put between yourself and the TV? Like your laptop, your phone, your Apple Watch thingy? I have this Breathe app. I try to breathe for like 1 minute every morning. I thought we breathe automatically, but now we have apps to assist us through it, and I have no idea how I did all this breathing before I got that app. So, breathing in and out. Heart rate 69. Is it? Is that good or bad? I should study heart rates. I also have a heart rate and a sleep rate. I have so many apps. I get very confused. As for the position, I guess I'm still winning, but mainly I made moves more quickly than Mr. Halbwissen, which is usually a good idea, because then you win on time and your opponent loses on time, which is the reason why we all play this game. Boom! Glorious victory! Yep, I hear more. The sound is not great. It's upsetting, I know. My voice is a little deeper than usual, but I don't think that is what we're talking about here. So I wouldn't know. Nothing changed. Door is closed, but I will take it to heart. And work on it. Do and Das is saying you don't know how to breathe. Are you a fish? That's a sick burn, Do and Das. If I was a fish, how do fish feel about getting burnt? I guess it's not a situation they deal with on a regular basis, because probably water is better than fire. But still, even a fish, I don't think would enjoy that level of burn, unless it was one of these tunas that had constructed a breathing apparatus to walk on the earth, maybe fight a lion or two. I think those guys quite enjoy the heat. Maharishi 3 is saying the sound is a bit distorted when you start shouting. Why would I start shouting? Because of Queen D3? What kind of move is that? That is very upsetting. Indeed, I'll play c5. I've seen many dumb moves in this position, mainly bishop to f4, but queen to d3, Ewald Matschwald? Why exactly? We'll find out what he has in mind. Sleepy Mario is saying, I think we're burning them by the gazillions. And yeah, it's probably not a good time to joke about burning animals, is it? Like, I heard there was 1 billion dead animals in Australia. That is a lot. Ewald Matschwald has clearly studied the ins and outs of his queen d3 approach, not only to chess, but to life. And who am I to blame him? Sleepy Mario is saying, yeah, things are pretty bad over there, talking about Australia. His point is that even fish abuse shouldn't be underestimated. I could not agree more. I'm team sharks all the way. A statistic I like to throw out, even though I have no idea if it's true or not, is that humans have killed 80 million sharks in the last year, and sharks have only killed 5 humans. That does seem very, very wrong to me. I know that Anthony Jeselnik got into a lot of trouble for his shark party bit, but he had a point. Poor sharks. I hope we can all agree that the dolphins had it coming. But Team Shark here for sure. Alright. What's going on, Ewald? I guess I'm kind of winning. I took on a2, then, as usual, did not pay a lot of attention because I was thinking about sharks. Here, for example, bishop h6 check. Looked like a pretty good move. The position I have now also does look fairly decent, but I'm not quite sure why I did not give that check. Rick of Wilhelm is saying he's from Australia. It's really not that bad. Australia has been burning for millions of years every summer. I wouldn't be able to judge. For Catabauer is asking, so you only count shark kills then, not losing a limb and such. It depends. Do we count sharks that did not get killed but got attacked by humans and lost, like, I don't know, tooth? I think if we are gonna measure kills versus kills, like the 80 million versus the 5, then we have to count kill versus kill, right? Anyway, if you have numbers on the limb losses, please let me know. I will go for some bishop losses here. Bishop b5 check, still possible. Sorry for my deep voice. It annoys myself even. But there was some speculation if it was the coronavirus. I would not know, even though from what I heard about this coronavirus, it's very similar to the flu and not necessarily that much worse. Is that accurate? Or am I misinformed? Should I go to a doctor? I think I just have a common cold. Bishop takes f6 is a possibility that Ewald Matschwald should ponder here. Bishop b5 check I just want to go away once again. Bishop f6 is probably the only chance, but then bishop d5, bishop h8, and f6. And this bishop looks fairly stuck. Well, here, how do I do this? So many options. c8, king b1. Let's threaten checkmate. So exciting. Threaten checkmate again. I'm afraid he's gonna spot it and go king d2, which will leave me without any checkmate next move, and would mildly upset me. But I guess I will have to continue the game. Either way. No clue why I did rook g3, just fooling around. Does this mic in the picture bother you? I guess me touching it won't improve the sound that much. Knight h4. Cthulhu, our resident outbreak expert, I think it's fair to say, is telling us the same has happened anytime there's a flu or what have you. I'll block ddc7 because he annoys me. As simple as that. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry. Anyway, it's fine too. I just want not to have to see him. Here we go. Mod Jan is not very gifted at modding. What were we talking about? Cthulhu saying, I did watch the trailer for Pandemic on Netflix a few days ago. I saw that Contagion, that's an old virus disaster movie that I watched ages ago, is now trending on wherever it was, I think on Amazon. So, the topic is out there. But yeah, I might be very naive about this. I'm not very concerned because we had so many of these things. No, the BSE, I don't know all the English terms for it. The mad cow disease thing, the birds flu. Yeah, I don't know all the English terms. But, of course, could be that that's how we shall all end. Just some disease that spreads we can't control. And we'll go home. I feel I have an inbuilt advantage because I don't interact much with other people. However, my daughter does, and she's exposed to all these viruses flying around in the kindergarten. And I feel like it's just gonna be sickness all winter, yet again. Thanks for the game, Mr. Ewald Matschwald. We have a challenge by Sergei Kar, Grandmaster, but I believe that is not Sergei Kayakin. At least that's what he told us during the Vaikanze coverage. He is a Grandmaster. He does have the GM title, but it's not Sergei Kayakin, which is very confusing because if you're a Grandmaster, and I think his name is Andrei, then why would you call yourself Sergei Kar? It's so confusing. Is it not, Andrei? Explain yourself. Oh, this is a bullet game? Ugh. It's a 1 minute game, sir. in our little Banter Blitz program, where we normally play very slowly, deliberately. Ugh, he's playing well too. Come on, dude. 1 minute playing well, you're breaking all the rules of this show. Kayaking or not. Oops, that allows checkmate in 1. Good game, sir. Good move, G5 Jan. Oh boy. Thanks for partaking. Upset already. Let's continue with Mr. Petchek, who has a 1-0 score against me, which also upsets me. Two hours is saying the mic is getting too hot when I'm talking slightly louder. I guess the preamp is getting too much input then, or some other part on the signal chain. I don't speak audio very well. It's always tough for me because it's the same exact setup we've been using for weeks and everything was fine. Then when you come back, and all of a sudden stuff is no longer fine. But I will have our team of highly trained musicians work on this. Hang on, this is some strange gambit line. How does this go? You play f6 here? Let's keep the pawn. b4. Whoa. Have you studied this line deeply, Mr. Petchek? b4, a4. Looks like he's seen all this before. Alright, I'm not gonna complain. I'll just try to get some pieces out. Sleepy Mario is saying, I remember the days when Jan was unbeatable. Seems so many years ago. Wow, that's very hurtful, Mr. Sleepy Mario. Even though I don't fully disagree. Like, I've never been unbeatable, but I've been a bit shocked about my recent level F, Blitz chess in particular. And I'm not sure there's much to do about it, but it does annoy me. Not gonna lie. Probably practice would be one thing to do about it, but also not really. Priority number one, or task number one that I have, is to improve at Blitz chess. Still, I don't know, it does bother me. Because I've been saying it for years, saying, yeah, I used to be really good at Blitz, but I don't want to sound like a sad old man all the time. Even though it is a pretty natural corner for me, I guess. Sad old man. Petchek. People are playing such insane lines against me. And I'm still sitting here thinking, this is interesting. How do I defend against that? Knight b8? Let's go knight b8. Maybe one way to get better at Blitz would be to stop blundering all these pieces all the effing time. But it is what comes natural. Realm of Willem is saying, we're not here for the chess, just the banter. I understand, but still. It does annoy me that I blunder all these things all over the place, not just in the Banter Blitz. But yeah, it's a worrying tendency, which I guess is only to be turned around if I put some more hours in. Not just playing Blitz, but also, frankly, looking at chess. Like, now, quite some time has passed since I studied chess seriously, and usually I have this long break after the Thailand Open, and I've had like, what, 1 or 2 Bundesliga weekends. But I feel it's time to get back to looking at a bit of the royal game. Because you know how they say Kaiser is a very, what do they say? It's a fickle mistress? Is that the expression? She's very jealous. She doesn't like it when you do not pay her the attention that she feels she deserves. Even though, do you really, Kaiser? Martin83 is saying Jan Berserk, or he is just slow these days. Bit of both. However, can you be both Berserk and slow? Slow Berserk mode sounds somewhat odd. I can still speed up. It's more about making sensible moves, really. There's also a fair question. Where is Mr. Dodgy? Yeah, he's bailing more and more nowadays, which is another worrying trend. Can't everything always stay the same? I don't like change. How do I get this pawn? I would like to have that pawn. If you don't mind, pet check. Of course, we would have to talk about it. But generally, I would be very interested in taking this a7 pawn off your hands. What say you? Pawn for me? Pawny, pawny, pawn. I have a feeling he's not ready yet to part with this little guy over here. But I will keep asking. Maybe he's gonna change his mind, and one day we can reach an agreement that satisfies both of us. Hopefully, mainly me. In a sense that he gives me this pawn and I do not give him anything. I feel that is a win-lose situation and he should be considering it pretty seriously. See, now we have reached that point where I believe this pawn can and should be taken off the board. I will try to play this game checker style, even though I have a feeling I'm going to have to break my battle formation in the near future. Yeah. It is a very impressive fight that Petchak is putting up. But now he does resign, and I level the score against Petchak. Boom. And wow, Mr. Dodgy is here. I was worried. Let's play against Sidhu Grandmaster, even though he's not a real Grandmaster. He just calls himself a Grandmaster. Maybe because he's planning to become one in the future. I'm being asked if I saw the Banter Blitz match between Linier Dominguez and Sebastian Mikhailov. No, I missed that one. I would guess Linier is a bit of a favorite, but I hear it was great fun. Sidu Jam does not seem to be here. So, abort. Sorry, Sidu. What else can we play? Any title players out there? Don't see one. Let's play Pepter. Sergei Carr once again insisting in chat that he's not kayaking. I don't know, man. Pepter, you're also not here? Someone. Panther Chess saying, I'm a title player. And Doctor is a title too. That's fair. I'm also still a title player, technically. Even though these days, more often than not really, I'm a tilted player. And once you're tilted, it doesn't matter that much if you're titled or not. I'm gonna abort the Pepter game. So what can we talk about? Behind the scenes here after the big Vaikansee storm is over, we're now starting to plan, of course, the candidates coverage. We'll be doing some, hopefully, fun video series and other stuff before that's out. I'm guessing there's some stuff for the Chess 24 anniversary, February 24th. But generally, let's face it, February, which is upcoming, usually a bit of a slower month because there's no giant tournaments. And all eyes are already on the march of the Penguins. Even though I think the Penguin is not playing in the candidates this time around. But yeah, the candidates tournament, of course, the big one starting March 15th, I think, till April 5th. Shortly after that is Granke Chess, which clashes with the Thailand Open. It's heartbreaking for me, because I will probably do commentary at the Granke Chess thing, which means I might miss the Thailand Open. It's tough. I've been going to every Thailand Open since 2011, but what can you do? Cthulhu is saying, I'm in the process of watching the Essential Pawn Structure series. Pretty good so far. There's news about Carlsen, ? Yeah, I also just saw But come on, guys, there's no one here challenging me? Why do you challenge in the first place? Yeah, I also just saw he announced Unibet as his new sponsor. Congrats to Magnus. He seemed pretty pleased with the deal from what I've seen. So that Draw Knife of Death is asking, there will be an opening clinic. I don't know, haven't thought about it, to be perfectly honest. We could probably flick in a season before the next candidates. If I see enough wishes. I never know if people enjoy these opening clinics or not. The numbers aren't that great on them, and it's quite some work, but I feel it's, for me, poor Jan has to work. But I feel it's useful. It's useful for me because it makes me look at some openings, and hopefully it's also useful for Chess 24 premium users to answer some questions. So if you guys want to do one, I think we can throw in a season. By a season, where I mean we publish one article and then I answer the questions and probably 4 or 5 different episodes before the candidates. Haven't thought about it yet, but yeah, why not? Mr. Dodgy is saying, I like the Thailand clinic. How are you going to replace that? That is a fair question. Maybe I can just go to a Thailand clinic, like Bumrungrad, the famous hospital in Bangkok. Get that reduction surgery that I need to get done anyway. You guys know what I'm talking about. And do a opening Jan in the clinic series. Nah, we're gonna have to workshop that a little more. As for the position at DC4 was wrong, why do I never pay any attention? That is a bit of a problem I have as a chess player these days too. I think it's supposed to go bishop d7, knight c3, knight e4, no, which I even know. But I'm so busy working on my clinic jokes that I just make very random different moves. Now I'm in trouble against Reinfeil, who will think, haha, out-prepared you. He's not wrong. So Krishna Lesnar is saying, how long Banter Blitz Cup goes on, Jan? I don't know exactly. I guess it's the final's gonna be more or less during candidates. Maybe exactly during candidates. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's gonna be somewhere around there. Let's take all these things. Sleepy Mario is saying, I'll ask if the Benoni is playable, and if not, how to make it playable. Thanks. And no, it's not playable. Can't make it playable. Thanks for asking. I'd like to make it playable, though. I need some weapons. Weapons for the cold, rainy afternoons that I will spend on board 8 of the German Bundesliga. And I have a feeling my usual correct boring openings, especially with black, aren't gonna cut it every game. Like, there's only so many Italians, as much as I love e4, e5, and as much as I think it's the way to go. Only so many symmetrical Italians I can tolerate. So I'm gonna have to look at some nonsense, like some Benonis, some random Sicilians. I don't know yet. Usually I play the Caro-Can when I don't know what to do. And my trick has usually been to never look at it, because I get too miserable if I study the Caro-Can, because it's just not as good as Sicilians or e4, e5. But I'm not sure that's a long-term recipe for success. So I might have to have a look around. What else is out there? Mr. Puffins is saying, how are you on board 8? Are you really the 8th highest rated? No, I'm actually the 16th highest rated. But my team is fairly good. It's Baden-Baden, the dominant team usually in the German league. So they have a lot of strong players. And me. So Dojo is saying, just bluff everybody. Who's going to believe you play the dragon without knowing stuff? No, I know stuff about the dragon. That's why I don't play it. Caro is the one where I don't know stuff. And I keep doing it. But the problem is, people aren't that scared of that mighty Caro bluff. Martin83 is saying, you don't have to say the name of team twice, we got it. Yeah, Baden-Baden material is always welcome. Tactics. I was intending knight takes a4, but then I forgot. This is a literally forgot. There's not one of these Peter Svidler forgot situations. But here I was honestly intending it like 8 seconds ago, and then forgot. Okay. Stranger things have happened. Cthulhu saying the 4 knight f6 variation is interesting. In the... Oh, am I blundering my pieces again? I have to stop blundering all these pieces all the time. It's really becoming a bit of a weakness I have. It's also tilting. Why do I keep doing these things? Why? Why exactly? And what were we talking about? 4 knight f6 in the Caro. Yeah. I don't think it's that interesting in the sense of playing for a win. I think white is still super solid there. But yeah, it's a line I am aware of and I've thought about playing. But once again, I don't think it's that great a winning weapon, really. All right, here. Yeah, blundering that piece has set me back a little bit, I would say. The good news is I'm also way behind on the clock, so it's fairly resignable. And if I was a slightly better loser, I would probably resign around here. But I'm not, so I won't. Fight, Yanni. I don't think I have ever called myself Yanni. Think I can pull it off? Like Yanni Versace? Versace. Feeling Rheinfeil is getting a little nervous. Peace up against the great grandmaster. Peace up, head on the clock. It is a little frightening. Is it not? Who knows when such a chance shall return? A6. Come on, Jan. Focus. I did manage to mess this up. That is very saddening, but Rheinfeil does deserve it. And no, he pre-moved bishop f5, but you could have taken that queen. Good game by Rheinfeil. And what did I do? I blundered a piece earlier on, right? Where was it? Nah. It's been a long time ago. Yeah, somewhere around here, where my genius combination of knight takes a4, which I forgot like 8 seconds later. Also, it wouldn't have been that genius to begin with, we should mention, because he wins back the a7 pawn. Probably. Anyway. Then, 3 moves later, I managed to hang that piece with this great move. After that, almost came back, but too fast. Too weak, too slow. So there you go. Let's play Spills. Good old Spills. Spills. This line, what is this line again? You go d5, bishop f4, e5, was it that? There's the main line, as usual. I'm wondering what I'd do if he takes the pawn cd d95, but I guess there is a reason why they don't do this. This stuff, I think, has been considered fine for black for a while, but it's one of those lines where you, or by you, I mean me, do forget the theory with the years passing. I think taking is considered to be okay. There were also some sharper attempts to just give the pawn, which I cannot really remember, so I'll take. Not sure how this plays out. But I do know they kind of stopped doing this. I guess it's for reasons. Looks like a sensible line for white, to be perfectly honest. Spills with the homeworks. Chess saying, seems Jan is not tilted at all. I wonder? What do you mean? Should I be more tilted? Less tilted? Different kind of tilted? I'm mildly tilted, but not that tilted. Oh, I should mention that obviously seeing the board has not been going very well for me recently. We shall be trying to do the whole thing blindfold. So I think we'll have a little competition where Laurent Fressinet, Pepe Cuenca, and yours truly, we will be playing blindfold games against, it's the usual Banter Blitz format, just we won't be able to see the pieces, and I think we'll all do like 3-4 shows, and then we'll see who has the biggest, when these 4 shows are over, the biggest rating, I mean, of course. So I'll start in German tomorrow. When was it? Similar time to this, I guess, like 6 or something. I'll do 2 shows in German and then 2 in Anglais. I think Laurent will, I'm not sure if he's gonna do it in French exclusively or if he's gonna switch around. So yeah, should be fun because it's gonna be hard to blunder more pieces without seeing the board than while seeing the board. So hopefully you'll tune in to our little blindfold competition. Come on, Spills, you should play for a win. I just gave you an exchange and you're still trying to make a draw. That's upsetting. Starting demain. Sleepy Mario is saying, I put $10 on you, Jan. Wow, that is about, I think, the right monetary amount to voice your trust in me, but not too strongly, because you never know. Also, I think Laurent is good at blindfold. He's not great at many things, let's face it, but blindfold is certainly one of those. So he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. I have no idea about Pepe Cuenca's blindfold abilities, but the Quankmaster has been underestimated before, and he's made fools pay. I'm not sure what he's made them pay, but I'm sure they had to pay something. I'm gonna lose again here, but what can you do? Probably play better. Nah. Spills, spills, spills. I might hold this, but that wouldn't be fun either. My winning chances do not look giant at this stage, has to be admitted. I hope it's true what they say, that it's the spills that pay the bills. So far, he is doing pretty well. Horsing around. Come on, Spills, you could blunder that rook eventually. Like after all this heroic resistance I put up, you're just never gonna blunder the rook? Here, for example, that's a great blunder the rook square. There you go. Might still be a draw? Is this still a draw? Nah. I think I deserved that one. You might disagree, Spills, but I'll still be right. Thanks for the game, and I'm not gonna apologize because it was a well-deserved victory. I feel good again. There's nothing but a well-deserved victory to cheer me up, really. It's funny how the mind works, right? Deep existential depression, then boom, Spills blunders a rook. Happy camper. So what can we talk about? I'm continuing my tour of watching all the critically acclaimed movies of the year 2019. And they're all rightly critically acclaimed. I've yet to see Little Women. I think that's the last movie on my list. I'll go watch it Saturday. I've watched Jojo Rabbit 1917, Joker, Irishman, Parasite, and whatever I'm currently forgetting. I liked all of these movies. I'd be mildly not annoyed. I think it was a great technical achievement, but I wouldn't be thrilled if 1917 wins the Oscars. I'd be happy if Irishman won it, if Jojo Rabbit won it, which is never going to happen, if Parasite won it, which apparently there is a chance for that to happen. So, looking forward to it. I guess 1917 is going to do it, and it was beautifully shot, but it wasn't my favorite of the bunch. Yesterday, my voice went very high again. It's like this puberty. Puberty really is a bitch. Yesterday, I watched, what did I watch? Oh yeah, I like watching these free climbing documentaries. I was, like everybody else, a big fan of Free Solo. And yesterday I was watching the Dawn Wall, I think it's called. Also about El Cap, Yosemite. It was also fascinating. It's, I think the mindset is very similar to chess of these free climbers, except that you gotta be athletic and spend time outdoors, and if you fall, you might hurt yourself. But when it comes to, yeah, by yourself, putting in long hours on weird things and being very singularly focused and driven, I feel there is something they have in common with chess nerds. Santi is asking, what's your normal routine, Jan? Stupid question. My normal routine regarding what? Normal day in the life of Jan? Or what you mean? Santi is asking, what is FSK 12? Yeah, I also keep saying FSK, that's a German term. It means Freiwillige Selbstkontrolle. It means PG 12 means in Germany you can go watch the movie when you're 12 years old. I think that is what it means, right? Before. Can you do that? Yeah, Shak. Guess you can. Ship It Holler Ballers is saying climb nerds and chess nerds. There you go. Do you think it's too late for me to start a climbing career? I think yes. I realized something that made me even sadder than usual. I realize I'm no older than Homer Simpson. Homer Simpson has been 39 for all these years, and I'm now 40. That really makes you think. Not that much, like Homer Simpson wouldn't think that much about it, but it's weird. Yeah, no follow-up. Just, as Bogdan Lalich likes to say, a food for thought. Santi is saying, wondering what chess jams do normally when they are not bantering. Yeah, I don't think I'm a good representative of the chess GM's species, since I'm pretty retired from playing chess, and also, as you can see, unfortunately, on way too many shows recently, from working on my own chess, even though I'm mildly planning to change that, but that's what retired guys always say, I'll have this giant comeback. I'll become really good at something. So yeah, I don't think my routine is very representative of chess jams also. More often than not, I just go to work or I work on Chess 24 related stuff, believe it or not, some of those things are not in front of the camera, even though I'm trying to move them from the camera whenever I can, because I enjoy this part more than all the other stuff, really. But a usual day in the life of Jan is my daughter wakes up around 6:30 till 7. Then, very often, to be perfectly honest here, I will put up a fight regarding getting up with her, and I will fight with myself. Should I allow her to watch something on the phone or not? And depending on how that situation goes and if I get help so I can stay in bed or not, I'll wake up, make myself and my daughter breakfast. Then sometimes I bring her to kindergarten, sometimes not. Then I will make a random move. Then normally more or less every other day I go to the gym, work on becoming Michael Buffer. After that, sometimes I have a coffee on the way, sometimes not. I go to the office or sometimes to my basement, where I have a little studio and computer and stuff as well. Do some Chess 24 stuff. If we have live commentary, obviously. The live commentary is the big one. Then, I do human stuff. I usually go home, watch some TV. Sometimes I meet people, even though rarely, let's face it. That's my life. Santi is saying, you do play in Thailand Open, right? Yeah, I talked about it earlier, that very sadly, I might not make it this year because it clashes with Easter and with Grenke Chess. Usually, yeah, that is the one tournament I play. I should stop blundering knight c4, by the way. But yeah, I do not think that playing 18, 20 competitive chess games a year is considered very active in Grandmaster cycles. We'll see if I ramp it up a little bit. But let's face it, I'm also 40 years old. I know, I look 49, but I'm only 40 years old, which is not the time where most people start getting more ambitious about their professional chess career. I use 0913 is saying, what's your bench max? Oh, so cliche. People never ask, how much do you deadlift? How much do you squat? It's always, brah. Do you even lift? How much do you bench, brah? I don't know. I feel bench pressing a little overrated, boys and girls. Let's get back to the bigger movements. Having said that, I'm very weak. But I'm planning to get stronger. Well, I'm currently doing this, what's called 5x5. So I do usually every other day I do 5x5 squats, then 5x5 bench presses or overhead presses, and 1x5 deadlift or these rowing things. And I try to add weight as often as I can get away with it. I'm trying to bulk currently, so I'm eating lots of calories. So yeah, we'll see where this exciting journey of Jan getting buff will take us. But I am in much better shape than I used to be. Mainly for vanity reasons, as with everything else. We had this one show with Magnus like half a year ago maybe, where I leaned back and I was kind of shockingly fat when leaning back. I think it was a bad camera angle, but still, I decided, nah, can't rock the full dead gut just yet. So I started getting better shape, and that journey shall continue. Currently I'm trying to gain weight. It's weird. Eating these like 3,500 calories a day. Not that easy, who would have thought? But kind of fun. I have this app, I track all my food. So yeah, I'm having fun hobbies these days. So Dodger is saying the camera adds 10 laps. Assume there were a lot of cameras that day. Yeah, it's a multicam thing. Sleepy Mario is saying, I'd say he's 40 with depression. But you've been around, Sleepy Mario. I've been doing this for years and I've always been depressed, so let's not blame it on the 40. Don Curleone is saying, but you're close to your peak rating from 2010. Yeah, I think in classical chess, I've been sort of keeping it together reasonably well. But in Blitz, and not just during Banter Blitz, where I always talk a lot of nonsense, sometimes blunder something, but my decline is hard to not see. And I'm not sure if I could try to fight Father Time by playing more Blitz, but I don't think it's going to happen. So maybe just have to live with it and rely on my incredibly charming personality to hopefully keep getting people to watch me do commentary or play Blitz thingies, or maybe accept that, Blitz is a young man's game and I should focus on opening theory. Because, you know, selecting lines and pressing buttons, having the overview, that's old people stuff. Remembering them is not, but you don't need to remember them as a second or as a video author. So I feel opening theory, I'm still good. Blitz, struggling with. But I'm torn between, this annoys me. I should put in more time and thinking. Nah, who cares? Tegas Design is saying, just work out more, get buff so you can threat your chess opponents into losing. That is part of the master plan, indeed. Currently, I'm spending a bit too much time. I know you can't tell from my body, but on the working out, the nutrition, I'm a bit obsessive about it. But it's sort of fun, and I'm learning a lot because I really hadn't studied it very much for the last 40 years. So I might be a little late to the party, but it's still interesting, and I'll keep you posted. And General BS is saying, rely on your personality. Okay. You know, it's okay when I say it. It's very hurtful when you say it. When I say it tongue-in-cheek, it's okay. When you say it, you know, really, really hurts. Words hurt. Shibola Balls is asking, how tall is he? Who's that, me? I'm pretty tall. 193. General BS is saying, Jan, you put on the best banter show. I don't know. The damage is done, General BS. Feelings got hurt. Tears were wasted. Joker05 is saying, Jan, can you play the Marshall if you get the chance to play it? Sure. Desert Evil is saying, I'm just watching you for your body. That's where I'm trying to get. I need to get buff so that then I can become an Instagram influencer, or maybe I'll start a YouTube fitness channel. Hello, boys and girls. Today we will study the overhead press. The overhead press is a compound movement that I feel is very underrated by the Instagram generation, but it trains the shoulder, it trains the chest, and it is way more important than curls. And I know all you guys are doing curls and no presses. So let me teach you how to get fantastic shoulders that are by no means being exaggerated by my jacket in the following video. I don't know. Probably that's not it either. Okay, what's plan C? Maybe not get horrible at chess? That requires studying chess, and who wants to do that? Having said that, go premium, you can watch lots of great chess learning videos that will help you improve your game. The more you study, the faster you shall get better at the royal game of chess, and then you can tell all your friends. His royal doodliness is saying, I think the best exercise are cardio and body weight. You tell the people that on your channel, Royal Doodliness, my channel, barbells and kettlebells. No cardio, no body weight. Not gonna happen. We'll have a tough fight about the chess nerd workout method supremacy in the very close future, His Royal Doodliness. Doodliness. Ship all about saying elk meat and Joe Rogan DMT. Jan Gustafsson. Yeah. Haven't started the elk hunting yet. But you never know what the future holds for us. Enrico's offering a draw. Let's not push it, Enrico. Frick 123. Just go away. Stop whining, please. Just go. No one's forcing you to be here. So Dodger is saying, I know somebody who's surrounded by elk. Do you have like car accidents in Sweden, Mr. Dodgy, where you run into elks accidentally or accidentally? Because I hear these tales all the time. It's scary. And Enrico D96, yeah, after missing this C7, he got into some trouble and had to resign. Thanks for the game, Enrico D96. Mr. Dodgy is saying, a moose destroyed a bus like a month ago. Not exaggerating. You need better buses in Sweden. That's shocking. From the country that brought us Volvo, you have buses that can't withstand. What's the plural of moose? Muses? Mies? Mice? I don't know. Let's play another chess game. And in this game, I promise, it will be nothing but straight up chess control, chess talk, focus, commentary that will help us reach all of our chess goals. Because trust me, getting that rating from 17 to 1900 is an absolute life changer. Like getting my squad from, let's make up a number, it's slightly exaggerated but believable, like getting my squad from 100 kilo to 120 kilo is really gonna change my life. So will the 1700 to 1900 jump. Chessy 99 here, of course way stronger than 1700. Plays knight c3, I will play the so-called Grunfeld d5. The plural of moose is moose. I don't know. That's what the moves want us to believe. So I chose the Grunfeld, and Chessy, who was probably born in 99, is weighing his options here. The Grunfeld has had a great reputation for many a year. Recently it got under some more scrutiny after Magnus Carlsen, for example, started having some success against the likes of Maxim Vachier Graf and some others in the main lines. But the Grunfeld does remain a formidable weapon in the right hands, and those are not my hands. He played bishop to d2, which is a bit of a sideline. The main attempts at equalizing continue with bishop g7, e4, knight takes c3. I countered by playing a bit of a sideline myself, knight b6. Bishop g5 is one way to deal with it. Now there is this e3, bishop g7, f4, which is a bit trendy. So after bishop g7, he played e3. I will go for the most primitive and direct way to play. I'll go c5. After d takes c, I'll take on c3. b takes c, queen d1, rook d1. Put the knight back on d7. And then, hopefully, my compact structure will compensate for my slight deficiencies in understanding, in development, in pawns, in bishops. And I will regain this guy with an acceptable game in the distant future, the year 2000. Lexa Boy has some moose experience. He's saying moose are ridiculously heavy. When you hit one with a car, it's rather slim legs, just clip, and then the 700 kilogram body swings through your windshield. Doesn't sound like a good plan to me. Just stop hitting them. Okay, here we are. I could recapture this pawn. Then I'm assuming he wants knight d4, but bishop d7. I see nothing too scary. So I'll take and see what happens. Other moves are possible, of course, rook d5 or whatever floats your boat, Mr. Chessy. I should try to develop some pieces. Bishop d7 intending rook c8. Question is if rook d5 will mess with my coordination here more than I would like it to. My assumption was it doesn't, but that assumption was mainly based on hope. So b6 is the move that I would like to play. Then rook fd1, rook c8. That looks shaky. Let me think if I can get away with it. I think I can kind of get away with it. Shaky it does look. It's also rook d7. And after king d7, knight d4, rook c8. I'm mildly scared, but not scared enough. Jesse boy, did I blunder something? It's very possible I blundered something. I don't see it. But that's often the case if you blunder something. Because had you seen it, you probably would not have blundered it. Mr. Dodgy is saying reindeer are amazingly dumb because you can't hunt them. That makes sense. I mean, they all work for Santa for free, right? They need a union. Like, imagine what Jimmy Hoffa could do for reindeer. Reindeers? Kramnik student is saying, can someone confirm if it was Kayakin who beat Jan? Yeah, I can confirm it was not Kayakin. That's at least what the gentleman has claimed many a time, even though I keep telling him, it's a confusing choice of username. Sir, if you are a grandmaster, you call yourself Sergei Kayakin. It will lead to some questioning. Ship it Holla Balls is saying hunting people is also illegal. Did they change the laws again? What's going on? I've watched Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme more than once. Twice. Alright, as for the game, I still need to be a little careful to get all my pieces out. But I feel I'm getting closer. His bishop on h4 is a little bit of a spectator, which makes all my queenside activities sort of more promising. It is time, however, to try bring the second rook into the game, probably via rook hd8. Going king f7 after knight d4 I can take, bishop a6, I'll probably go rook cd8, since he's asking me to do something about it. Actually, I could have gone rook hd8, I'm not sure why I changed my mind there. Yeah, that was dumb, should have played rook hd8. But what to do? Not the first or last dumb thing I've done today. Maybe it was the last dumb thing. That'd be amazing. But yeah, that was somewhat uncalled for. Now my position is a bit trickier than it should have been, because I thought I was doing excellently alright. No longer so simple. Why can't it be all so simple, man? Yeah. e4. Did he see that a6 is hanging or not? That's the big question. I'm not sure. I have a feeling he missed it. Yeah, now I'm just a pawn up with a better structure. So probably in a skilled technician's hands, you could call this pretty winning. Pretty winning. Oh, did we talk about that? Kirby Enthusiasm is back, and it's still incredibly funny. Larry David is what, like 72 years old now? killing it. Two pawns up now, which is pretty good. I don't really know anything about rook endings, as regular viewers of the show will know, and it's not for the lack of trying, it's for the lack of, I don't know, brain capacity to store rook ending stuff. But generally, two pawns up with a sound pawn structure is a decent starting point. That much I do know. However, the wise man once told me, 2 pawns are good, son, but 3 pawns are even better. Those were his words, and who am I to question that wise man? Alright, Chessy, you put up a good fight, but this position I will win. And therefore, Chessy99 does resign. Thanks for the game. What time is it, by the way? When did I start? 6? We got 10 minutes left, so probably like 2 games. Let's find more tough opponents. G-Man Ludo. You know, I don't really discriminate by rating on the show. If I did, I'd have to take myself off it. And then we'd have to change the name. It'd be a whole complex, like... So, G-Man Ludo, where are you from? From Argentina. His real name is Ivan. Shipatala Ball is saying, there's no queue, he picks randomly among the premium users. I think that is correct. Giving slight preference to those I've never played before. But pretty much. Picking randomly. I just want to make sure I've played everybody at least once. Apologies to those I did not manage to play today. I'm sure we'll have a lovely chess game one of these days. What's going on here? Is this known? G-Man Ludo apparently seems to know what's going on here. Rook here, is that a good move? No, I'm always worried about this diagonal. Now let's deal with some fundamental questions. Where does this bishop go? E3, G5, D2, B2? Not sure. There is a correct answer for every situation. I'll put it here. That feels slightly wrong. You're opening yourself up to Queen A5. After H6, I'll argue that H6 is actually weakening the black position somewhat. After Queen A5, Queen D2, H6, is that a problem? Somewhat unpleasant. Yep, unpleasant enough to go back. Now we can go Queen H5, but usually you don't get checkmated here if you can meet Queen H5 with E4. And as is often the case in these Marochis, if you maintain the structure and black doesn't get B5 or D5 advantageously, then you're in pretty good shape. He does go back, Queen B6, which makes some sense. And do I go E4 or does it need more prep work? H3 is also a move you could make, but I don't see what's wrong with E4. In the distant future, you want to go knight D5, and after E D5, take the E7 pawn. It's kind of distant, but still relevant for all these positions. Queen C1, knight E5. Black usually tries to fight against that by making a lot of noise, jumping around, targeting things along the way. which is the inherent struggle of the Marocci. Black often has a short-term initiative, while white has long-term trumps. Here, 93, knight f3 check, does that bother me? I don't really want to give him bishops. Bishop e3, queen a5. Everything bothers me. Alright, have to make a move. Yeah, as usual, I feel like I slightly misplayed it. If he goes knight f3, because if I takes, 95, 95, 95, queen d8, I don't really have a follow-up. Bishop g5 isn't that powerful there. My king is somewhat vulnerable, so probably after knight f3 I should go king h1. But then after knight d2, queen d2, let's say bishop e6, feels like black should be reasonably comfortable with the bishops. I don't think I'm worse or anything, but it's gonna be hard to get an attack there. Bishop f3 feels like misunderstanding the position to me, because the exchange of these bishops really does not hurt me very much, and this gives me the time I needed to somewhat organize my forces. So I think I should be better now. Once I'm checkmated or blunder my queen in 3 moves and I cry about it, we can reconvene, but for now I do not like this bishop f3 move. Reconvene? I don't even know what that word means. Sometimes I just throw in English words and hope they kind of fit. Reconsider, maybe? But yeah, once again, the nature of the Marocci is usually that if nothing direct happens, or if nothing fast happens, white is better long term. Therefore, black should be very interested in making something happen. I just have to make sure I don't blunder a piece here, because that would be upsetting. And if he can't, then more often than not, white is better. I can take and play h6, for example, after which I thought I could get away with bishop f4. But I have to be a little careful. Same after f6. Lexaboy is saying, Marocci line single-handedly made Dragon suspect line at 2700, no? Well, the accelerated Dragon you usually don't get in Marocci, so that's suspect for different reasons. But yeah, in general, this structure is not easy at higher levels, once again, because inherently it's hard for black. You have to deal with this knight on d5. If you go e6, it leaves a weakness on d6. If you leave it there, it's quite a powerful piece. If you exchange it after ed5, you have a backward pawn on e7. So the structure is flawed structurally, if that makes sense. And in order to compensate, you have to play dynamically. There are a lot of tricks in the structure, which I think is also why it's quite popular at somewhat lower levels. But the better white plays, once again, every case is different. But as a rule of thumb, the tougher it is to justify the lack of space that you have to deal with in all these hedgehogs. Or whatever you want to call it. Not hedgehogs, but Marocci structures. Another thing about these structures is that usually white is better, once again, other things being equal, blah, blah, blah. Even if there's only one pair of minor pieces on the board. Because, yeah, these flaws that we were talking about do not disappear automatically. Now after knight f6, okay, I should stop waxing poetical about the Marocci and actually speed up a little bit. Knight c3, I'm not so sure about. Is that endgame? No, I don't think I want that endgame. This endgame I do want, however, but you gotta keep the structure. Yeah, this is still nice for white. At this point, of course. It also comes down to not getting flagged and all that stuff. But, once again, Maroczy structure problems do not go away with these simplifications. This was dumb now. He can go g5. Yeah, I shouldn't have done this. Ugh, silly me. Yeah, I've misplayed it. This was not a great model game. I was talking a lot of nonsense, trying to get my general point across, but as often, the moves did not really back up the words. Did they? Not sure. Okay, one, he will go a5. Yeah, this is fairly drawish now. He offers a draw. No! That's the pawn we want, but ideally without giving our precious c-pawn for it. Yeah, not the most convincing Maroczy game. You know what? No, I'm taking a pawn. Yeah, generally, okay. You don't want to hear stories about generally I'm good at this, I couldn't show it in this game, blah blah blah. But trust me, that these structures are not so nice for black to play unless you have some very specific way to get stuff done in the opening. Alright, are we done? I think we're done for today. The usual apologies for the weak play and the whining and all that stuff. Tomorrow, there's gonna be more whining, but blind whining. It's a bit like Bloodsport, except Chong Li's gonna win in the end. That's what I expect to happen. I think tomorrow's in German, but I also do parts of this new blind franchise where I play blind. And we have a race against Pepe Cuenca and Laurent Fressinet, who is the blindest and who has the highest rating after however long we do this. 4 shows, I think. So hopefully we'll be fine. I'll do 2 in German, 2 in English. Starting in the Germans today. Other than that, of course, go premium on Chess24. We have a new video series by a certain Magnus Carlsen. And I've heard that he's quite good at chess. Thanks for watching. Also, check out my Chessville series, chessville.com/Jan. Even though I'm aware I'm not making a strong case for being good at chess, I'm good at chess openings. So that's an e4, e5 black repertoire, which some of the world's top 10 players have called True story. Thanks for watching.